Welcome on in, folks. Glad to have you with us for this matchup here. We got a good one on our hands. Aledo taking on McKinney, Texas. Aledo already up 7-0 in this game. And no, they did not carry over points from the last game. They just dominated either. They score that quickly and fast. Takes the snap, rolls out. That's complete. Ball set now. Goes back, passes it. Short little screen play.
Thomas, just a warning, I am at one battery.
Here we go. Pass is incomplete. Starting to get windy, but it's blowing hot air. Throws it. That's a catch. Flag on the play, though, for a tackle there. So much for two-hand touch. We'll add on 5 yards. Pass is complete, touchdown. Pass caught by Chance Mans. Going for the 1-point conversion. And it's good. So the score right now, As it stands, 7-7 between these two teams. Here they go. Quarterback throws it. That's complete. Solid gain by Bishop on the pass. Second down. Bishop back to pass. Throws it. Incomplete. Takes a snap. Back to pass. Pump fake. Incomplete. That's a turnover. On downs. False start on the offense.
41. Second down. That's correct.
Here we go. They're ready to go now. Lewis back to pass. Incomplete.
4-4-3. Third down. Third down. Third down.
Trying to sort some things out here.
10, coach.
Back to pass. Puts it up there. He's going for it all. Incomplete. Overthrew his man. What? Aledo will take over now. Got a flag on the play. Got to line up here. 3 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Got another whistle down. False start. They can't back up much further at this point. Now he takes the snap. Bishop back to pass. Going to the corner. That's complete. He's got a wide open lane. 10-5. Touchdown. A beautiful pass and catch. Miko Little on the reception. Here's the conversion attempt. Going for 1. Takes it. Fumbled the snap. Still got the playoff, and the conversion is good for 1 point. Uno.
White 14, green 7.
So here we go. About to transition. McKinney will have the ball now. Trying to keep up with Aledo. It's not the easiest task by any means. You know, there's a song called Streets of Laredo. And if you know, I'm going to ask producer Thomas, people can't hear him. If he could find that clip, if we could play it, give people a little piece of it, that'd be great. He's trying to give me some lame excuse, you know. He's just terrible at his job. I'm kidding. That's a bad job by you. Pass complete. They're moving the football. You know you're in Texas when I can turn over and see a giant trailer with the Dallas Cowboys logo. That's complete. Next play coming up. Taking their time. Lewis has his guys ready. Takes the snap. Rolls out to the right. That one's caught. Moving, and down. Down is Cobb. About 2 minutes left in this first half. Here we go. Lewis takes the snap. Pump fakes. Throws it. That's complete. The catch by Breran. Back to the line they go. Lewis in the shotgun. Back to pass. Throws it, and it's incomplete. Back to the line they go. Clock continuing to run. Lewis back to pass. Pump fakes, pump fake, pump fake. Incomplete. Pass that time was intended for Thomas. There was the 4-second rule called. Here they go, back to the line. Lewis takes the snap. Throws it, incomplete. A little physical there, though. Looking for the flag, it's there. We're still a month away from tackle football, guys. As much as I love tackle football, let's wait a month. And that's a touchdown. Nice touchdown grab that time by Kadrick Cobb. They're going for the point after touchdown attempt. We're waiting. Here we go. The PAT attempt. Lewis rolls out to his left. Pass is incomplete. The ref has signaled a warning for the coach to stay on the sidelines. Ref taking charge of his field, letting him know who's boss. Coach Lucas was kind of furious, took off his hat for a moment. Here we go. Lewis takes the snap. And that's intercepted. Going the other way. But they rule him down. Man, that was close. Well, that's going to be the halftime break. The score at the break, 14-13. Aledo leading in this one. Quick timeout. We'll be back with the second half and more. You're watching the 7-on-7 Tournament of Champions. Welcome back, folks. The start of the second half here. Start of the second half. Tyler Jones back here with you. As got a good one here between the McKinney Cowboys and Aledo in action right now. Good one on our hands. 14-13 is the score. And we're joined by Texas A&M superfan, also one of the main heads of PrimeTime Sports. Good to have you, man. How you doing?
Doing good.
Tell us about yourself, you know, and your involvement here with PrimeTime.
Well, I've been with PrimeTime for 7 years now. Actually, this is my 8th time to be down here in College Station for our Tournament of Champions out here at Veterans Park. And started out actually when I joined PrimeTime back in 2007. I was our director of football and ran this event for us for a couple years, and then I moved over and ran our soccer operations for a couple years, and then about 3.5 years ago I had the opportunity to join the ownership team and joined David Stevens, my now business partner and our CEO, and been working with him for 3.5 years and continue to grow our football business as well as our other sports. And, you know, as you know, our main sport is our basketball business, now going on 14 years with our 14th national championship coming up here in a couple weeks. Looking like we're going to have over 900 teams at that event taking place up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Brandon Holman of PrimeTime Sports joining us right now. So, Brandon, this has probably come a long way in a short amount of time. Tell me what it was like before. This is an incredible event. I can't imagine it's always been this way.
No, that's exactly right. In the early years, actually our first couple years, we hosted it over at A&M Consolidated High School on just about 4 7-on-7 fields. And now today we're out here with over 90 teams and running on 18 fields at a time. And now we're here late in the afternoon on Sunday, dwindling down to the bracket play here with just about 20 teams left in the tournament. But no, it's been great watching it move from those first couple years with probably around 16 to 20 teams in those first couple state tournaments, and just seeing it grow. You know, even the age groups, even in those early years, we just had a JV and a freshman division, and now you see out here today we've got 5th graders running around and starting to throw the ball around and start working on their skills.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so you guys are here in College Station doing this. You know, I mean, it's a great location. The facility here. You know, I mean, this turf is so nice. I mean, all sorts of stuff. You guys are doing. I mean, this is a nice place to have all this.
College Station's been great to work with. The city and the park and rec department. They do a great job here. And these 2 turf fields are actually brand new this year. They just got these in the last couple months. The last few years, or really the last 7 years, this is our 7th year at this complex, and we've had the
touchdown for McKinney, by the way. Don't mean to interrupt, but the score update now, real quick. After that, makes this a 19-14 ball game, pending the extra point here. Go ahead, Brandon.
I was just saying they started with the 6 grass fields on the other side, and then they added the 3 grass fields over here and just put in these 2 turf fields this year. So the city has really done a good job of keeping up with the sports, this event in particular, but I know they bring in a lot of large soccer events and other things, and they're great about making sure the facilities are ready to go when we come into town, and do a great job assisting us all weekend.
Now the athletes we're seeing here, I mean, these are the top players in the state. I mean, as they get older and stuff, these guys are going to be names that people in Texas will be hearing out for a long time.
Absolutely, that's exactly right. And if you look at our tournament and kids we've had in the past, they're the same kids that play out here, and these are the same kids that will be playing out here in a couple years in the state varsity tournament and go on and play Division I football. We have several alumni that have come through playing in our tournament as 7th, 8th, 9th graders, and then move on and play in the varsity state tournament, and are now playing across the country collegiately on Division I teams. And we actually now have a few alumni, PrimeTime alumni, that are in the NFL now.
Tell me, who are some of your notable alumni here?
Well, most recently, Luke Jokel, who went number 2 overall last year as a left tackle. Actually, I remember my first year out here 7 years ago watching him play an inside receiver, tight end, flex tight end position, catching passes from his twin brother, Matt Jokel, who's actually going to be the starting quarterback at TCU this year. They both played at A&M, and Luke left after his junior year to enter the draft and went number 2, and his brother, great quarterback, and just happened to be behind a couple first-round guys, and Ryan Tannehill and Johnny Manziel, and so he's taken his 5th year of eligibility over to TCU to play, and he'll do a great job there. I'm really looking forward to watching him. And those two guys, actually, they went to Arlington High, and they won our state tournament 3 years in a row when they were 8th grade, 9th grade, and 10th graders.
Wow, so they had a little dynasty going. That's
They did. They were fun to watch.
That's what you can expect when they turn out to be great college and NFL players too. So I mean, a lot of great players coming through the program and doing some great things here, and the future of this, it's only getting bigger, and the talent's only getting better every year now.
That's exactly right. And if you look around here, I mean, it's all big-time programs right now. We've got Aledo in this 7th grade championship game, and if I'm correct, I believe they've won 4 out of the last 5 state championships at the varsity level in the fall. So I mean, just great programs out here. And I think next up we'll have Lake Travis, who's won 5 or 6 state championships in the last 7 or 8 years as well. So just lots of big time programs and the best talent around the state out here right now competing for these championships.
That's great. That's great. So this game itself, we got a good one. You mentioned the powerhouse Aledo is, and then McKinney, Texas, has always had a solid football. I mean, it's done justice to being a championship game between these two.
Absolutely, and they're competing hard right now. We've got a close game here, and this one's probably going to come right down to the end.
Aledo with the football. Their head coach giving them the play. Their head coach being Coach Lucas. He's a fiery one. We saw him get into it with the officials earlier.
That can happen out here. That it gets hot, and when you get into bracket play, these games get really competitive, and these kids want to win.
Touchdown pass. The extra point being good. Extra point followed the touchdown. Takes the snap. Rolls out to his right, and it's incomplete. Flag on the play.
Doesn't matter.
We mentioned the weather out here. You know, Brandon, can you believe it was 75 this morning and when we started this at 8 a.m. Conversion good, by the way. And here we are in the 90s already, you know, at 1 in the afternoon. Texas weather just changes so quickly.
Oh, yeah, and it's like that out here every year. And these kids, they're aware of it, and they're prepared for it. And we make sure we keep them hydrated. And these coaches do a good job. It's just like this every year. It's that Texas heat in July.
Yeah. Tell me about, you know, how you guys instituted, you know, we see the mandatory kneel down at times, you know, give these guys a break. Where the idea, that the concept come from that, and is that only something we see this time of the month, or do we see that in some of the other events you guys do, you know, with the heat and all?
Actually, what's going on there, that's on an injury timeout. We run all these games on a centralized clock. And if a player gets injured on one field, we stop the clock and all the kids go ahead and take a knee, and it actually gives them an opportunity to get some water in the middle of the game and get rested up before we get started back up.
That's a great idea. It is.
Definitely want to make sure we're keeping these kids safe while they're out here and managing this heat.
And we mentioned the heat and stuff. You know, the way this goes, the 7-on-7. This is a great option for these guys to stay in action and still be ready for fall. Not come in a little rusty, and stuff. Come in tip-top shape when season starts.
Absolutely, no, that's exactly right. If you watch these sidelines and these kids, they're just out here and they're getting to work together. They're communicating and they're figuring out where each other's going to be whenever they are going into their fall season. It just really helps. 7-on-7 helps build their team chemistry, their communication, and just gives them the opportunity to compete and work on their skills. What do we got going on here on this?
So McKinney with the football.
Actually just pulled up our alumni list, and we've got a former Aledo guy, Jonathan Gray, who is now running back at Texas, I believe, in Austin.
Yes, great back.
He actually led Aledo to a couple of those state championships. And he was a guy that played out here, a good 5 years ago with us.
All right, so turnover on down. Toledo will take over now. Now, I got to say, there's been, we've talked about how great this is for the players and all. There's been a really good turnout of parents and fans out here to watch this action all over the place.
Absolutely. As far as getting them out, this is really an end-of-the-year kind of fun trip for the families to take. They've been competing for the last 3 months in qualifiers and working hard just to get here. And, part of what's great about College Station is it's centrally located between your 3 major metro markets in Austin, Houston, and Dallas-Fort Worth. So all the parents and brothers and sisters and grandmas and grandpas, they load up and they come to town and just really enjoy the whole weekend.
Pass complete. To catch that time by Cobb. So Aledo moving the football. Here they go. Back to pass. Bishop finds a man open. Short gain that time for Macklin. Got a flag on the play. They're going to back him up a bit. Five-yard penalty here. So here we go. Bishop back to pass, finds a man open. Solid gain. With the time limit and all this on, having to get the quarterback, has to get the ball off in 4 seconds. The short passing game is not a bad thing by any means.
No, not at all. And you've seen in the last just 10 years in all of football, especially it started happening here in Texas at the high school level, and you've now seen it in the college game over the last 15 years or so come on with, I think one of the first pioneers of this short pass, quick pass game was Leach over at Texas Tech, and it's just continued to grow as his coaching tree has grown, and now you have a lot of these colleges across the country that have switched to this quick passing game and these short route passes.
Coach Lucas arguing with the official.
Looks like we had a turnover on downs, and someone didn't know what down it was.
So McKinney will take over.
Let's go, defense. They don't get nothing, defense.
First down. On the run, throws it. Finds his man open for a short game. Thomas on the catch. Second half. Over 4 minutes left in this one. McKinney with the football. Lewis rolls left, finds a man open. Short gain on the catch by Cobb.
They're doing a good job of just taking what's there and working down the field right now.
Chance to take the lead on this possession. Throws it incomplete.
Got a big third down coming up right here. Starting to run out of time. They need to convert this.
Big play coming up here.
Pretty normal.
Got the basketball national championship coming up in a couple weeks. I'll be down there. That's going to be, I mean, that's a huge event for you guys that many teams will come down there.
Absolutely. It's actually the largest national basketball championship tournament in the country. Solely because we do use a single venue. It's all in Dallas-Fort Worth, 3rd through 12th grade boys and girls divisions out there. It's a huge event. It's a huge undertaking. We've got teams coming from coast to coast. It looks like we've got a final here.
Yes. Well, Brandon, we want to thank you for joining us. We're going to be back with more football, a few more games left before we get on out of here today. So don't go anywhere. I'm Tyler Jones for our entire crew. Stick with us. You're watching the Primetime Sports Network, the best game in town.